Okay. Overall, real quick, friend, before I needed to film this before we get into the real meat and potatoes of the video. Overall, my YouTube channel is to help remind you that you are a high vibrational energetic being, first and foremost. That is a blessing. You are a blessing overall to be alive. So it's a blessing that we have you here, first and foremost, as well as myself. No matter who you are, no matter what aspect of your life that you are experiencing, good or bad, negative or positive, because we experiencing it all in some type of way, shape, or form. But my channel is overall to remind you that you are a high vibrational, powerful, energetic being, first and foremost. And that you are here to fulfill your soul contracts. And no, life is not just a coincidence. Everything in your life happens for a reason. Predominantly per your birth chart, that's the blueprint, but predominantly per the choices we make. So in order for you to make better choices, you have to understand yourself on a higher aspect. And the only way to understand yourself from a higher aspect is to understand you at your soul cellular level, meaning your energy, your essence, and understand why you're here, so you can use and utilize that information to make better, wiser, higher vibrational, higher energetic, more stabilized choices, period. So that's overall what my channel is about. That's what I'm explaining, even though I hopefully am not all over the place when I break down all the things that I use and how I see the world and stuff, because I don't see the world anymore. Thank God. Thank you, God is God, creator of all creations. Thank you. But anyway, I do not see the world as just black and white anymore, but yet still black and white. It probably might fly over your head for a lot of people, because life is complex, but yet it is very, very simple if you know how to use and utilize your energy, your power, your essence, and your soul contracts to call in more stabilization, because that, in essence, that's what we came here for. Right. And we did have it at one point in time when you look back in history and stuff. All we're doing is recreating. But how do we recreate the stuff that is no longer here? That was more stable. That was more calm, godlike, loving, eternal love, eternal peace. So let's get into the video. How this thing started, I did not even realize it. Okay. All right, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. All right, Wangwam, Kalo, K, Eli, E, friends, best friends, welcome Black is for expansion to my channel. For those of you who are new, I am Wise Gal, a real in these social media streets. Bienvenida, welcome. So I'm kind of talking kind of low because my youngest baby is home and he's taking his nap. So anyway, I'm trying to do this without you seeing my hand, because I'm up front. But anyway, y'all, welcome to my channel. All right, so let's get straight up into this and stuff, give you what you came here for. So I am relaunching my page, my channel, and I am so ready. It's been a long time. If you looked at my videos in the past, for those who have been riding out my little 20-something subscribers, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. You saw my vision and stuff in some type of way, shape, or form. So I thank you all for subscribing and just, being there. But moving on, for those of you who are new and ready, but anyway, so the reason why you came here is because I'm about to break down to you all in the most logical, scientific, conscious awareness of the subconscious realms way I can do this. All right. Please excuse me. I'm a little nervous because I am like camera shy. But anyway, so right now we are in a time where things are happening so fast, and there is so much going on and stuff. So much information is out there. But at the end of the day, nothing is hidden and stuff. And because there's so much out there and people have so much access to so much information, it's like, okay, I want receipts. But the crazy thing is that we've been conditioned to question a lot of stuff, but also not question a lot of stuff. So long story short, the purposes of my channel originally was so people could start tapping in and utilizing their own discernment. But it took me a very long time because I was not following the path of my higher self. Because as you can see, my channel is named Following My Soul's Vibe. My higher self, aka my soul, was like, look, I came here for a reason, as you, and me, and I'm going to fulfill it in this lifetime, period, point blank. And either you're going to ride with me in these higher aspects and these higher vibrations, or you can fall the fuck back. And then because you did all this work and stuff, you're going to pay the consequences. And I don't want to pay the consequences because, you know, when God calls you, you follow, you answer the call and stuff. Unless, free will, right? Anyway, moving on. So we are all connected because, as they say, energy is in everything and everything comes from energy. Where does energy start at? In the ethers, or in the physical sense, in our mind, because everything starts with thought. What's in our mind? Brain waves. We have 5 brain waves. They are delta, theta, beta, alpha, and gamma. So in the perspectives or the aspects of, as far as with tarot or just anybody who uses any type of divination and stuff, because at the end of the day, we are our own divination. Like life, your body is a divination. You use your life experiences as tools to do better in life, but in the sense of when somebody is, using something in a more spiritual, witchy, esoteric, however you want to say it, way and stuff, majority of the time, they don't know how. And I always wondered that, it's the same as going to church or anybody who is religious. And I'm saying this on, for those who do pull tarot cards like me, as well as those who might not, but they still go to church or, whatnot, it's all in respect. It's like, well, how do you know? How do you know? Because none of us was there when you read these history books and stuff. None of us was there. None of us was present. So you are going on the basis of what somebody else says from that person's perspective. Not saying that that person is right, not saying that that person is wrong, but the whole purpose of my channel is for you to start understanding where that person got their information from and their perspective, as far as when it's specifically for like people who use any type of spiritual divination, because of the simple fact that they can only tell you but so much. That's why when you listen to people who are tarot readers or use any type of card, they could see your future because that's the energy you're in, or they called it in. But long story short, they're tapping into your brainwave frequencies. They're tapping into your mind and stuff. And my channel I break down the energy you're in so you can have a better understanding of when I do your reading, general readings, because it's general. But when I do these readings, you'll have a better understanding of what brainwave frequency you're in, that I'm pulling from, I should say. As well as what the brainwave, how you're using your mind to create and co-create whatever you're going through that pops up in the reading. What hormones, because I utilize hormones, so many different things. I just don't read your energy and just be like, okay, yeah, this is what's going on with you. This is what's coming. This is who's blocking you. No, I'm not that type of person, because I'm the type that always been like, why? I've always asked God, why? I never understood, why, if something didn't feel right or it made me feel bad, well, why? Because if you're telling me this is the way that it's supposed to be, but yet it's making me feel bad, well, there's a conflict. I mean, even before I got into spirituality, it was just a conflict and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do this. If it's making me feel bad, I don't want to do this. And spirituality, thus far, it has helped me have a much more profound, educated, wholehearted understanding and a peaceful understanding. And it's added to my internal peace in regards to me, myself, first and foremost, in my life. And not only as far as where I'm at and why, but where I came from and why I was there at that time, to understand that season and that phase of my life. So that way I could have a way more grounded, much more deep understanding of our creators, God, as well as where I'm going and how I want to use and utilize my life, my brain power, and things like that. So that way I can move forward much more healthier than I've ever been, and call in more things, or as the trending word is, manifest more things, a lot more healthier and stable and more permanent instead of temporary, because a lot of these things is temporary, such as life. Life is temporary. So it's like, okay, well, if I want to experience more permanent things, let me understand why. Instead of just manifesting stuff all the time, which we all do, regardless if we know it or not. Everything good and bad that you experience is all because of you working your energy, aka your soul contracts, in either a healthy or unhealthy way. So anyway, moving on. That's why I started my channel originally. So, like I said, we have 5 brainwaves frequencies that we utilize. We have delta. Delta, when you look up the functions of the delta, simply put, that's just the subconscious mind. Overall, it encompasses all the other brain waves. It's the state of being that you're in when you're dozing off to sleep, when you're meditating, when you're dreaming, all of that and stuff. And it includes the other 4 frequencies. So think of the delta brain waves as the subconscious mind itself, and it's the house. It houses all the other brain waves. And when the other brain waves is, the next one is theta. Theta is where our creativity comes from. It's our intuition. It's our dreams. It's our thoughts. It's our emotions. It's our emotional body. It's our memories, most importantly. But that brainwaves holds our memories. So when somebody is doing any type of reading, a tarot reading, or using any type of spiritual tool of divination, they're ultimately tapping into your theta brainwaves, your memories, regardless if they know it or not and stuff. And for those who hey baby, he just woke up. For those who are aware of it and they didn't tell anybody, shame on you. Shame on you. Oh, okay. So ultimately, they're tapping into your brainwave frequencies, because you got to think of your brainwaves as being the internet. Energy is just the internet. We're surrounded by energy. Anybody can access it unless you do know how to protect your mind. Like, what was that movie? The Marvel's movie, and the red Scarlet Witch or whatever came. And they was like, what to do with your mind? That's it. And I'm gonna let you know, burning candles, all this not, I don't want to say it, shit, excuse my language, because it's not, because if that's how you believe that protects you, then go ahead. But I'm gonna let you know, everything starts from within. Where do energy reside? Within. In the ethers, in the energetic worlds, in the energetic realms. Where do spirits reside? In the ethers, in the energetic realms, in the subconscious realms, in the areas where we are unfamiliar with, that's unknown to us. In the conscious realm, those who of us in physical and consciousness. And I'm being honest. Think about it, friend. So when somebody tap into your energy, even if they're a bad person, so if you're not realizing that you're allowing how those who are good for you or trying to help you in some type of way is tapping into your energy, think about how much unhealthy energy and evil and bad energy that you're allowing in. Think about it. Think about it. We're all tapping into your theta brainwaves, your memories, your Akashic records that's surrounding this. Because energetically, it's like a whole field of numbers and like the matrix. That is the matrix. You know, we're tapping into the matrix system, which is the Akashic records of the world, of you, of everybody. But we're only allowed to do it on a certain levels of consciousness, of the conscious awareness of the subconscious realms per your heart, you know, because if you're not, you're only allowed in high priestess frequencies. For those of you who know tarot, high priestess frequencies, you're only allowed into those doorways. Babe, little boy, move your toy. I'm recording. Thank you. Only allowed into what you can handle and what you will use and utilize the right way. Bless. So anyway, moving on. The next brainwave is the beta brainwave. Beta brainwave is think of that as your heartbeat. And so because that's the brainwave that creates the amplitude. That's like represents the amplitude of okay. I'll say this. Let's say, you know, you have a memory. You're thinking about something, or someone, I should say that. Think about how when you think about someone and either you get a good feeling and you get happy, you be like, oh, I want to see that person, or oh, I miss that person, or you get mad. And it's like, oh no. That's the beta brainwave. That's the heartbeat. That's the brainwave frequency that creates either it's going to create high vibrations, but when you're more aware of okay, what type of vibration is it pulling in? Because at the end of the day, in the energetic realms, aka the spiritual realms, as most of us say or know them as, and so it doesn't know emotions. It just knows frequencies, amplitudes, numbers, sequences, patterns. So if you're the type of person who constantly gets angry and stuff, and so that's your beta brainwave. So it's going to keep bringing up those type of reactions because that's what you attach to your memories. Babe, I don't want to say my son's name. Little boy, watch your feet, please. Thank you. So think about it. I hope I'm being clear. The next brainwave is your alpha brainwave. Now, the alpha brainwave is like the communicator. It gives me musician vibes, as above, so below. It communicates. It lies within either the white matter or the gray matter, or maybe both. I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but it lies in between all throughout your brain. So that's the brainwave that your theta brainwave holds your memories. So whatever memories you're operating in as far as the subconscious realm, you know, that's what the alpha brainwave is going to communicate how to respond and or react per that memory. if you catch my vibes. I hope I'm being clear. And then gamma, as we all know, that's when you hit nirvana, bliss, goddess state of being, like you in peace. That brainwave is the brainwave that is the problem solver, but not just any problem solver. It's like the ultimate problem solver. Like you have reached your north node. You have done the daggone thing in some type of way, shape, or form. And you're there, you're in it. So it's like, okay, how do I stay in it? That's another thing that I talk about on my channel that is of interest to me and stuff, because we all seek happiness and we're all bust our butts to get to always constantly be happy. But how do you maintain it? Like, nobody talks about that. Why can't we maintain it? Why can't we, because why can't we keep that gamma brainwave active healthily and consistently? So that's something else I talk about and stuff, as far as in my readings and stuff, because I'm on this journey too with y'all, because I'm figuring it out. Right. Anyway, but also when we think about the brain, and when people are tapping into our energy, regardless if they know it or not, because our words have power, so people could speak something onto you that could activate something in your brain and stuff, because y'all know how the spirit works, y'all know how the soul works, y'all know how the body works, y'all know how the brain works. If you watching this video, you know how all of that works, because you're into spirituality. Because those who are into the spirituality, they are very conscious and very, very smart, because they do their research in some type of way, shape, or form. Or you're just a very open-minded person where you like to do research, like me. I've always liked to do research. I like to learn. So anyway, if you are always the forever student, then you catch my vibes. So anyway, you got to think about the brain wave. So when the brain works on frequencies, and the frequencies follow patterns. And so therefore they're going to activate certain hormones. What are hormones? Hormones are neurotransmitters of the brain and the body. So when you speak negatively and or positively, because we do both, whatever you speak of yourself, of your life, of others, you're, without even knowing it, casting a quote unquote spell, because you're activating something, a neurotransmitter, into yourself and into or onto other people without you even knowing. So when people say words have power and stuff, that's the logical explanation, physical explanation of it. Because when we go to sleep, what do they say? When you go to sleep, you're reliving. That's how your body gets its rest. That's why sleep is so important, because when you go to sleep, your body, your soul, your energy, your essence is going through your whole day to see what went wrong, what didn't went wrong. It's filing it away. Y'all know how to go. It's filing it away into different categories within and throughout your brain. So that way you can relive, because we have to remember we are high vibrational energetic beings at the end of the day. We have a soul. We are our soul's physical. We are what they say, your body is your vessel. That's why your body is your vessel, because of the simple fact your soul chose you to be whoever you are today. So that way you could fulfill some type of soul contract that you made with the God that you believe in as the creator of all creators. So that way you could do whatever it is you're supposed to be doing in this world, in this lifetime, as whoever you are, as whatever type of consciousness you're supposed to be bringing into this world peacefully and healthily. But first, you got to get yourself together. But you can't do that unless you understand the energetic realms. And nobody breaks that down thoroughly, like the connection. And that's why I always started my videos off in the past as I break down energy, so you know how to do what, how to move in both these energetic and physical streets. So, like I said, the hormones, which Our neurotransmitters run through our brain. And they run through our body, activating different parts of our body. So that way our body operates, aka the soul, our essence, plus our creators of all creations, that God, no other type of God, because there's all type of energies out here that say they God. But anyway, moving on, that's another video. But what was I about to say? Oh, anyway, so anybody, regardless if they're in physical form or in the spiritual realms, all they doing is tapping into your theta brainwaves. Real talk. They're tapping into your memories. They're activating your hormones and stuff, and to control your body to do what it is that it wants you to do. Or somebody speaks something onto you. They could say something in regards to, let's say somebody comes by and they comment on how good you look. Next thing you know, you feeling good. That done made your day. You know, think about that. Words have power. Or if somebody says something disrespectful to you, next thing you know, you're up in your feelings and stuff. Think about that. Words have power. They just activated something, a neurotransmitter, a hormone. I ain't gonna say something. A neurotransmitter, a hormone. What time is it? Within you and stuff. And then how you respond and or react is up to you, which is why people say, watch how you respond and react, because all you're doing, all of us is doing is reliving our memories, because what is going on above in the energetic realms, in the spiritual realms, all we're doing is replaying it in physical form. You are what you think. You know what, that's the saying, right? Think about it, friends. So in my readings, I break down what hormones you're in. I also break down the seasons, because I'm big into following the moon, the phases of the moon, because you know the moon is connected to our subconscious realms, aka your soul, divine feminine energy. So you know how to nurture yourself, because all it's doing is pulling up those memories, friends, subconscious realm, delta brainwaves, so that way you can relive and get your act right. Act right. If you feel what I'm saying. I also use Jean Piaget's theory, because life is in phases. As they say, there's a season for a reason. I look at the seasons. I utilize this energetic, aka spiritual symbolisms of the seasons. You know what time it is?
Like 12 something.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And stuff, so that way you know what energy, where your soul is at, aka you are at, what season you're in, if you're in a season of lessons or if you're in a season of growth. Because as they say in church, I've never really been, I've attended church, but I'm not didn't grow up in church or whatever. But as they say, you know, it's a season for a reason. Also, back to Jean Piaget's theory, stuff of cognition development. I use and utilize that in my readings. What else? Oh, and I match all of that to the tarot. You know, because there's four suits of tarot: cups, wands, pentacles, cups, swords. I'm like, what the? Okay, but that is how that is what my channel is about. That is what you'll get from my readings. I'm going to do a few readings where I break it down. Like, I'm just going to pull cards, tell you what's going on in the physical aspect, in the consciousness of it, like what you see, what you physically see and is aware of. And then I'm going to go deeper, utilizing all the stuff that I just told you about. So in a few of my readings, and then after that, you know, you ain't gonna get that stuff for free. But just so you could get the gist of how I get down. All right, that's all I have for you, friends. I will talk to you either later. See you in the next video or in the astral realms. Peace, love, and bliss. Bye.